Hello everyone, this is ShadowMario41 and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 64. You can see this big beam of light shining down from up there. Last time we conquered Womb's Fortress completely, we don't have to go back there at all. And I'm going to look up into this beam of light because I'm curious as to where it's coming from. And oh my god, I'm going to be transported to a secret level and I can fly! Oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever. It was actually the coolest thing ever. There are 3 caps in this game, I should mention. They kind of replace power-ups. There's the wing cap, the metal cap, and the vanish cap. The wing cap is the first one you can get, and it allows Mario to fly, which is so appropriate because you could fly in Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World, so they had to continue the trend here. And it is absolutely cool to fly around in 3D, so this just tells you a little bit about it. It's like, oh my god, you can fly around, it's like an airplane, and then if you go to the thing in the middle, you can actually press the switch and appear and cause all the wing cap blocks, which have been outlined and unusable at this point, to become solid. You might notice in Womb's Fortress we saw a green outlined block with an exclamation mark. That's actually a metal cap block that we can't use until we find the metal cap course. But we do have 8 red coins also to collect in the wing cap course and try to get a hidden power star. This is difficult though, because I always seem to lose control right at the last one. And there's also a limited time to do this, but that's not too bad. There we go. So see how the red block right now is outlined, and it's like that in every course where you can get the wing cap, but right now they're all solid because I stepped on the wing cap switch. Very similar also to the switch palaces from Super Mario World, and I think that's where they really got the inspiration for that from. And it's awesome. Like, you'd be like, oh my god, it's just like Super Mario World. This is the coolest game ever. So there we go. There's one of the castle secret stars in the wing cap course. Alright, now I'm going to move on to Bob-omb Battlefield again. I guess revisit Bob-omb Battlefield. Now that I have the wing cap, I can actually accomplish everything there. That's why I didn't go directly back to Bob-omb Battlefield, because one of the star missions requires the wing cap. Here we go. Foot race with Koopa the Quick. First I'm going to just talk to Bomb and have him open the cannon. Hey, pay attention. Hey, yeah, I'll prepare the cannon for you. Blah, blah, blah. Bon voyage, whatever. Open the cannon. Cool. Also, I should mention, if you talk to the Bob-omb and have him open the cannon, it'll just be like that for all future missions. So that's why I did it now, even though I don't really need it in this mission. This one, I'm going to race Koopa the Quick all the way to the top of the mountain up there. So let's go. This is actually really easy. It's not that hard at all. So while I'm running up this mountain again, oh wow, I did a ground pound instead of a long jump. While I'm running up this mountain again, I am going to start my discussion on the legacy of Super Mario 64 and how it has influenced all games around it. And I think that's pretty clear, really. There's really not too much to say about that. Ow, big black balls. Not too much to say about that. Obviously, the camera system has been adopted in numerous 3D games since then. I mean, really every 3D platformer since Mario 64 has used a very similar camera system, and it all comes from this game when it was a really intuitive and I guess what's the word I was looking for? Really original design as well with the camera system, because nothing like this had existed before. You have to remember. Now we take this all for granted in third person that we can do this, but nothing like this existed before. So it's a very smart camera system that was implemented in this game. Now we just gotta wait for Koopa's slow ass to get up here, but yeah, a lot of 3D games since have used, even on the N64, you can see other platformers like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, and even Ocarina of Time, a game like that, has really utilized the new camera system. In every 3D game since, you've seen all the Spyro, the Dragon games, those all have the same or very similar camera system, so they've all borrowed from Super Mario 64 and what this game has done. And of course, a lot of games now use the typical design of having a hub world and then a bunch of portals leading to other levels in 3D. That was kind of, it wasn't, I guess, new in this game, but it was new for 3D in this game, so you gotta give it credit for that. Let's go back inside. So I think it's pretty clear to see how much of an impact this game had on other future games, and even, a lot of things that I guess this game didn't directly do, but also impacted future games. Like, for example, the analog stick design on the N64 was created for this game, and now every controller has an analog stick. That's pretty common now. You won't find a controller without the analog stick, really, unless you're dealing with retro games or a retro console, but yeah, that came from Super Mario 64 and the developers wanting to make an easy way to control Mario. That's how you do it, with an analog stick, and that is pretty commonplace now. You see, let's see what else you can see. A bunch of different moves too, punching, kicking in 3D. It's just so new and cool. Oh, I should also mention, this is the first game where Mario talks. Outside of those crappy educational games like Mario's Fundamentals and all that crap, this is the first game where Mario actually has spoken dialogue, which is awesome. This is where all the "let's go" and "here we goes" they all come from this game, which is pretty cool. And of course, the voice actor for the Mario series has remained the same, which is kind of cool that they've had the same voice actor since '96. But it's Charles Martinet, which is actually pretty funny because he's actually French, so it's kind of funny that they have a French voice actor voice acting Mario who's supposed to be very Italian. But anyway, you know, would you have it any other way? Since how could you say it would be better any other way? He does a fantastic job. Although they do have a different voice actor for Princess Peach in this game than every other Mario game. In this game, I think it's Leslie Swan that does it in this game. I'm not positive. I may be wrong on that, but I'm almost positive. And she doesn't do it in any of the future Mario games, or at least any games like from GameCube on. So that's kind of interesting. But anyway, get rid of these Bob-ombs. Actually, cool that Bob-ombs came from Super Mario Bros. 2. You wouldn't think that a lot of enemies, actually, a lot of enemies that are commonplace in the Mario series came from Super Mario Bros. 2. And Super Mario Bros. 2 was just a, you know, version of Doki Doki Panic, that Japanese game that you probably have never heard of. But I should say the US version of Mario 2, not the Japanese version. Known as Super Mario Bros. 2 USA, or Super Mario USA, I should say. But all those enemies like Bob-ombs, Shy Guys, Pokies, they all came from that game. So they really all came from Doki Doki Panic, if you think about it. It's kind of weird. And they're not really Mario enemies at all, but they've just become commonplace in the Mario series, and they're everywhere now. So it's kind of cool. What am I? Oh, I'm trying to do 8 red coins, that's right. It's like forgetting what I'm actually doing. I know I'm doing 100 coins. What's the actual objective? It's 8 red coins. Oh, if you notice, coins also restore your health. Alright, let's do this. And one cool thing about Koopa shells that I love in this game is, what would you do with a Koopa shell? It's kind of true. In the classic Mario games, you kick them off walls and stuff, but it wouldn't really make sense to do that in a 3D environment. Well, you just kind of ride on them, and it's just pretty badass. So, there you go. That's innovation right there. I got my Koopa shell lost right away, but we'll get more Koopa shell riding later on. And notice there's a power star behind that cage. Did you see that? We'll be revisiting that as well. Another interesting thing that makes the 100 coin star way, way easier in this level, although I'm only at 39, it seems like I should be way higher than that. Killing all the enemies gives a coin. Enemies do respawn, I should mention, but they do not drop more coins when they respawn. So you can kill them, but they don't drop anything. If you run around these poles, then you can actually get 5 coins for just circling these poles. And you find that out, I think, in a future level that has these pillars in them, or these logs or stumps or whatever you want to call them. So you don't find that out in this level, but it's a very, very good way to get 100 coins. That sign right there, I believe, tells you, see that horizontal star design right there floating in the air? That's where the 8 red coin star appears, and we've seen that in Womp's Fortress. It'll appear right above that. So you can plan out your route, I guess, in getting the 8 red coins so that you end up right there. Now, one thing I do want to do, though, is there's a bunch of coins in the sky on this level, and I really don't want the 100 coin star to appear in the sky, because the 100 coin star will appear wherever you collect the 100th coin. And I don't want that to happen, because if it appears in the sky, it would be a big pain to get. Actually, I should have enough to just keep going. I know there's a red coin down there. I'm going to save that one for the 100th coin, if you're wondering. I'm just going to run up here and snag this guy. Yep. Go back through this ball pit. Jump over all that crap. Here we go. Gotta get to the cannon. Gotta get to the cannon. The cannon's way around here. Actually, do I want this cannon? This cannon should be fine. Let's see if I can use this cannon to blast to the island in the sky. Then use my wing cap to get a bunch of coins. I don't know if I'm gonna make. Oh, I'm definitely gonna reach. Oh, I might actually. Talk about good aim. That was awesome. I didn't want to fall right in. There's a red coin up there. Under normal circumstances, though, I would have fallen right in. That would have been really cool. Here's our first wing cap. Let's go. We get the awesome music, and we get to jump right in the cannon. We get to take off using a wing cap if we do a triple jump or if we shoot out of the cannon. Let's shoot out of a cannon for this one. You're gonna see these numbers appear, but that's for a future star mission that I'm gonna do. Actually, it's for the next star mission, where you have to fly through all these coin rooms. But regardless, all these coins we can collect for the 100 coin star, which is just great. Where'd all the coins? Where'd all the rings go? Kind of tricky though. It takes a lot of work to get 100 coins in this one, which is kind of annoying. Because the first course, so you would think 100 coins is pretty easy. But you have to maneuver through all these rings and stuff. Refuel my wing cap here. Get in the cannon and blast off. See, I was gonna start telling some stories about how, you know, I used to play this game and what I initially thought of Super Mario 64 when it first came out and how blown away I was by 3D worlds and environments and just how cool it was, but, you know, something true, just to show that off. I don't have too many more coins to go, so might as well. Gotta get a few more in the air though. I know I have to get at least 4 more. That's alright, that should be okay. I think there's some up here. Yeah, there's some right there. Oh, Mario! Oh, can't quite make it. I can at least fly over here. And get up this hill, I think. Maybe. Gonna get pretty close. Not quite. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh well, I guess I have to go a long way. Not a big deal. Should have anticipated that though. I should have anticipated that it would have taken it would have taken a long time to do that in the sky, so I should have gotten some more coins on the ground first. That's alright. Jump over these balls. This I think is the last time we'll have to scale this mountain, so that's good. And here's some coins right up here. That's gonna take us to 99. And now I'm going to go back down and get the final red coin, which is way down here. So you can't make that jump, huh? Oh, look at those graphical issues. You know, I can't hold it against Mario 64 for some graphical issues. You'll see that a lot in this game. You'll see, you know, you can see the other side of textures and things like that. Because like I mentioned, everything's flat. Like all these structures and stuff are all hollow. There's nothing solid about them at all. They're just outlined and it makes it look like it's a platform, but it's just hollow. But it's cool. It's the first game to do this. You can't hold, can't hold it against it. It's like GoldenEye. GoldenEye 007, I just Let's Played it. You should check that out too if you haven't. Just a little plug for myself, I guess. Haha! 2 power stars appearing at the same time. All by design, of course. But that game also was really the first 3D, I guess, first-person shooter. I mean, not really. Again, not really. But it was the first really successful one, and the multiplayer is what really set it apart from the others. But so you gotta cut it some slack on, if it has some graphical problems or some weird enemy issues and clipping and things like that. You gotta cut the game some slack. It was the first one. It paved the way. Really innovative. So gotta give it some credit. There we go. I was able to combine the 8 red coins and the 100 coin mission. That's actually really efficient. I should do that all the time. Alright, I should be able to wrap things up very quickly in this video in Bob-omb Battlefield, so I won't have to come back here. And we'll have 2 courses done in 3 videos, which isn't too bad, considering really no progress was made in the first video in terms of doing it. Just more of an explanation, so I wouldn't have to bore you guys with explanations throughout the whole thing, which would have been annoying. You have to admit, come on. You guys have probably seen this game before. This is their first rodeo with Super Mario 64. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, you kind of walk up here, and this is what you can do, and this is what cannons do, and all that. Oh god, I forgot to grab the friggin' wing cannon. It's gonna blast at the tree. Imagine that flying out the tree and just being like, that would be pretty scary. Gotta grab the wing cap. So now what we have to do is we have to fly through these 6 coin rings, or 5 coin rings, I should say. It's 5 coin rings. We have to fly through, and then we have to get the star that we use. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I was hoping I could do that on the first go and grab those 3 right away. With a good shot, you can do it. That's 4. See, now it's tricky because you go really fast. It's tough to control Mario. I should mention Mario controls kind of like typical flight controls, where it's inverted. Down is up and up is down. That's pretty standard though with any sort of flying mechanic. Although swimming also works like that, which I found kind of cool. But you get used to it pretty quickly. Alright, so let's turn around. And where's the last one? There it is. Those the single coins you have to collect, the 5 single coins, actually render from further away than the coin ring, so you can kind of tell. Alright, I'm going to go for a stylish landing right here. Let's see if I can make it. Here we go. Stylish landing. Oh, I missed the star. It's so cool to come off that hill and just snag the star, but oh well. Not a big deal. I can still do that. For a pretty stylish star grab, but not as stylish as coming off the hill. That is so cool when you can do that. I don't know. I just find it really cool when you can do really stylish, smooth things that make you get a power star, and then like either you get a power star and you have like a long fall to the ground, or I don't know. There's just a lot of cool things. Anyway, enough of that. I'm just gonna get this power star really quickly. This is behind Chain Chomp's gate. Probably one of the fastest power stars you can get. Maybe not one of the fastest, but it's pretty fast. All you have to do is defeat the Chain Chomp. And to do that, you just have to ground pound on this thing 3 times. I don't want to get hit by him. I knew I was going to. If I can ground pound on the stomp, use Mario's Shadow to help you out. And once you do that, Chain Chomp will be all like, oh, you beat me. I guess you pounded my stomp. I guess you could have this star. And I'm just going to jump way over here because Chain Chomp's can jump now. Anyway, whatever. Let's grab this power star. There we go. Here we go, I guess. I wouldn't even plan that. There we go. Power star. Alright, well that does it again for another exciting episode of Super Mario 64. If you have anything to add to whatever I was talking about in this video in terms of how Super Mario 64 impacted 3D gaming around it, and a lot of the design choices accompanying Mario 64 did, please do so in the comments. In the next video, I'm going to talk a lot about how the game impacted me personally as a kid, seeing the transition in my own eyes from 2D games to 3D games, even though I was only 6, but still, it was pretty noticeable. It wasn't something that was just like, oh yeah, whatever. So I'll talk all about that in the next video. For now, this is Shadow Mario 41. See you guys next time for more Super Mario 64. Ciao.